Have you ever thought about remarrying but felt unsure if it's the right decision? Marriage later in life is an entirely different journey compared to when you were younger, and there are crucial truths that people often overlook until it's too late. Whether you've been single for a while, recently divorced, or even widowed, remarriage brings its own set of unique challenges that can impact your finances, relationships, and overall happiness in ways you may not have considered. In this video, we'll reveal 5 essential truths you need to know before remarrying after 60. These insights may just change the way you look at love, commitment, and long-term security at this stage in life. Too often, people rush into remarriage without fully understanding how it might affect their future. Later, they find themselves dealing with unexpected stress and complications, but with the right knowledge, you can make the best decision, one that leads to fulfillment, peace, and stability. Stay with us until the end, as understanding these truths could help you avoid unnecessary heartache and ensure that any new relationship you enter is truly right for you. Whether you're seriously considering remarriage or simply exploring the idea, you'll want to hear this. Let's get started. Number 1. Financial realities change. After 61, of the biggest surprises people face when remarrying later in life is how much it can impact their financial situation. Many assume that marriage is just about love and companionship, but the truth is, marriage is also a financial and legal commitment. If you're not careful, it can affect your retirement savings, social security benefits, pensions, and even the inheritance you leave behind for your children or loved ones. The last thing you want is to enter a marriage thinking it'll make life easier, only to realize later that it complicates your financial future. One major consideration is how remarriage impacts your social security benefits. Many people don't realize that if you're receiving benefits based on a former spouse's work record, those benefits may be reduced or even eliminated once you remarry. This can be a shock, especially if you're depending on that income to maintain your lifestyle. Moreover, pensions and survivor benefits often come with restrictions, some of which are voided upon remarriage. If you or your partner receive pension payments, it's crucial to review the terms before making any decisions. Additionally, marriage involves sharing not just love, but assets, debts, and spending habits, which can affect your retirement savings and estate planning. Even if you and your new spouse keep separate bank accounts, state laws may impact how assets are divided in the event of a divorce or death. Take Robert, for example, a 72-year-old who remarried after being widowed. He had always assumed his children would inherit his estate, but after his remarriage, he discovered that his new wife had legal claims to his assets. This meant his children could end up receiving less than he had originally intended. He had to navigate difficult conversations and legal changes to ensure his loved ones were protected. Before remarrying, it's wise to consult a financial advisor or estate planner to understand how this decision will impact your finances, retirement, and any assets you plan to leave behind. These discussions may not seem romantic, but they are essential for protecting your future. Number 2, family dynamics can get complicated. When you remarry later in life, you're not just blending 2 lives, but 2 families with their own histories and expectations. While love might bring 2 people together, family relationships can introduce complexities that you didn't anticipate. Unlike younger couples who are building a life together from scratch, people over 60 often enter marriage with adult children, grandchildren, and decades of established family dynamics. These relationships don't always merge as smoothly as you might hope. One of the biggest challenges is how adult children react to a new marriage. Even if they want you to be happy, they may struggle with feelings of loyalty to your previous spouse or worry about how the new marriage will affect family traditions, finances, or inheritance. Some may welcome your new partner with open arms, while others might feel resentment or concern for your well-being. These emotions are natural, but if they aren't handled with care, they can create lasting tension within your entire family. Beyond the children, relationships with grandchildren can also shift. If you've been the primary grandparent for years, introducing a new spouse might feel like a disruption to them. Some grandchildren may embrace the new family dynamic, while others will need time to adjust. Likewise, your new spouse's family dynamics can also affect the situation. Blending traditions, expectations, and family interactions requires patience and understanding. Take Susan, for example. At 68, she remarried after being single for over a decade. She thought her children would be happy for her, but instead, she found herself navigating uncomfortable conversations about inheritance, holiday traditions, and even living arrangements. While she knew her kids loved her, she quickly realized that her new marriage required open discussions and reassurances to maintain family harmony. If you're considering remarriage, take time to talk openly with your family. Address concerns early on to prevent misunderstandings and resentment later. Approach these conversations with patience and honesty, and reassure them that your decision is about finding companionship while still valuing the relationships you've built over the years. Number 3. Emotional expectations change at this stage. At this stage in life, emotional expectations in marriage differ from those of younger couples. In your earlier years, marriage often centered around building a life, raising children, and achieving career goals. But after 60, priorities shift. Marriage becomes less about starting from scratch and more about companionship, emotional support, and maintaining independence while sharing life with someone. One major shift is in the level of independence each person brings into the marriage. By the time you reach your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you've likely established your own routines, hobbies, and personal space. A new marriage introduces another person's habits, preferences, and lifestyle choices into the mix, and that adjustment can be difficult. Additionally, if you've lost a spouse or gone through a divorce, you carry emotional baggage into your new relationship. You both bring decades of history, family connections, and established ways of relating to others, which can impact communication, affection, and handling disagreements. Patience and understanding are key. Take Harold, for example. At 75, he remarried after being widowed for several years. What he didn't expect was how different this new relationship felt compared to his first marriage. His late wife had been his partner for decades, and their dynamic was deeply ingrained. His new wife, however, valued her independence, and it took time for them to balance closeness with personal space. Before remarrying, ask yourself, what do you truly want from this relationship? Are you looking for companionship, or do you want to maintain your independence while sharing special moments with someone? Understanding your emotional needs and expectations is crucial for a successful second marriage. Number 4. Legal considerations matter more than you think. Marriage isn't just an emotional commitment, it's a legal contract. When you remarry later in life, legal matters become more complex than they were when you were younger. From prenuptial agreements to medical decision-making rights, there are critical legal aspects to consider before saying, "I do." One of the first things to consider is how remarriage will affect your estate planning. If you marry, your spouse may gain automatic legal rights to your assets, which can impact how you want your estate to be divided. It's wise to update your will or establish a trust to ensure your assets are distributed according to your wishes. Another critical consideration is medical decision-making. If you become ill or incapacitated, who will have the legal right to make medical decisions on your behalf? Setting up advance directives or a medical power of attorney can clarify your wishes and prevent conflicts between your new spouse and children. Take Eleanor, for example. At 67, she decided to get remarried but had significant assets she wanted to leave to her children. She and her fiancé agreed to draft a prenuptial agreement which provided clarity about financial matters and reassured her children about their inheritance. Before remarrying, it's essential to consult an attorney specializing in estate planning and family law. Having these legal conversations early on will help prevent confusion and ensure peace of mind. Number 5. The definition of happiness changes with age. As we age, our understanding of happiness evolves. In our younger years, happiness in marriage was often linked to building a life, raising a family, establishing security, and creating shared experiences. After 60, however, happiness becomes less about building and more about maintaining the life you've already created. It's about finding fulfillment and joy in the moments you already share. Before remarrying, reflect on what happiness means to you now. Is it companionship, maintaining independence, or is it preserving your lifestyle and not having to compromise on long-standing routines? Understanding what happiness looks like for you at this stage in life is crucial. Take Frank, for example. At 72, he remarried, believing that companionship would fill the void left by his previous marriage. However, over time, he realized that he and his new wife had vastly different expectations for their lifestyle. She wanted to travel frequently while he preferred staying close to home. This mismatch caused tension in their relationship. Before you remarry, take time to reflect on what truly makes you happy. Understanding your desires and needs at this stage of life is key to ensuring a fulfilling marriage. Final thoughts. Remarrying after 60 can be a wonderful experience, but it requires thoughtful consideration of key factors: financial implications, family dynamics, emotional expectations, legal matters, and your own happiness. Don't rush the decision. Take your time, seek advice, and reflect on what will truly serve your long-term well-being. If this video has made you think, I encourage you to take the necessary time to make a thoughtful, informed decision. Your happiness matters most, and there's no rush. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback inspires us to continue creating valuable content for you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.